In today's video, we are going to look at some alternatives to the wide-legged child pose. Welcome to the Flower Empowered. So if you have been practicing the Relax Your Pelvic Floor video, then you may have tried this pose, and if you found that your flexibility wasn't quite there to be able to get all the way comfortably into the position, then this video should help you to find an alternative to going all the way into the end range of the pose. So if we look at the wide-legged child's pose, typically you take the knees as wide as the mat, you sit your backside down onto your heels, then you allow the head to relax onto the floor and you rest the hands forward. Now, it may be that this is not available or comfortable for you. So one of the first things that I recommend, if you feel discomfort beneath the knees or under the ankles, is to, as I have done here, lay on a blanket. So put a blanket underneath the knees. Now, the next thing that maybe could be challenging is the reaching of the backside to the heels. So if you don't have good knee flexion, then you may actually struggle to get your bum all the way down onto your knees when you're lying down, and you might have a gap. And if there's a gap between your bum and your heels, then you're not going to be as comfortable. So this is where a second blanket can come in very handy. So you can just place the blanket between your backside and your heels, and then this allows you to come forward. And of course, if it is a very large gap, which can happen, can be that maybe you have some knee issues and you're not able to come all the way down. Well, in that case, I would actually place the bolster down so that you're actually sitting on the bolster here rather than placing the bolster between your heels and your backside. So that's one option there. Now, the next challenge you may have with the wide-legged child's pose is the width between the legs. So you might not be comfortable with putting the knees all the way out to the width of the mat. That's okay. You can take them a little bit closer. Just keep them separated as wide as feels comfortable for you. And lastly, if you have let's say maybe you don't have so much flexibility in the rib cage, so around the pectorals, you may not be able to go all the way comfortably down with the hands up. And in this case, you can actually take a bolster so that you bring the floor closer to you. So the bolster becomes the floor for your chest. So in this case, we would take the bolster or maybe a rolled up quilt, something similar to that. And you can just allow yourself to rest down one cheek on the side of the bolster, and you can just close your eyes. And in the case of this, where you have your head facing in one direction, you should do, let's say it's a 5-minute pose, you would do 2.5 minutes facing this way and 2.5 minutes facing the opposite way. So, and of course you can have the blanket in here as well if you want. So those are the different alternatives to taking just the straight wide-legged child's pose. I hope that you found these useful. We will have many other videos showing different poses and what the alternatives are if you don't have the flexibility and the range of motion within your joints to be able to get all the way down into the full expression of the pose. If there's anything specific that you're not able to do and you would like to find an alternative, just put a little comment down below and I will make another video showing a different pose. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you have not already done so. And remember to talk about pelvic floor dysfunction. If we talk about these things, we will break the taboo. Together, we can and will make a difference.